So who do you support?
I grew up in Kent in the 80s, so Liverpool. Hello, welcome back to the channel. It is walking day once again, and we are in one of my favourite places in the world, the Norfolk Broads, by some kind of broad river type thing, with the wonderful Ellis Platten. Hello, sir.
Hello, hello, how are you?
Having our own riverside away day.
It's very nice, isn't it? The flares are going to be going off and everything. It's going to be amazing.
Wonderful. Let's get walking.
Let's get walking.
Drug abuse a massive issue in Somerton?
Yeah, you wouldn't believe. It's like the drug hotspot. It's like our like cartel, the Somerton cartel. They're quite quite a big deal. No dog fouling, so obviously don't go and slide tackle a dog. But also stop the spread of killer shrimp.
There are a lot more issues here than I thought.
Yeah, it's a problem area. Killer shrimp is an invasive species that kills a variety of aquatic wildlife, including young fish.
Wow. How do you stop them?
Stop dealing drugs. Maybe that's what happens. The drugs get into the water and then the shrimp.
Norfolk Broads, what do you make of this? This is your stomping ground, isn't it?
It is my stomping ground. I literally grew up in like the heart of the Broads. Like I lived in a place called Reps. It's called Repswood Bastwick, but I don't think Bastwick exists anymore. But it's
what happened?
Bombed.
Wow, sad scenes.
Yeah, no. So Potter Heigham is like, I think it's quite a Broads touristy place. A lot of people go there. So it's like literally where we go to get fish and chips and stuff.
Nice.
So that's like, I remember the arcade in Potter Heigham, the chip shop had the Simpsons arcade game. Don't know if you remember it.
Yeah, of course.
And that was like, I loved that. So that was probably the best thing about the Broads, the Simpsons arcade game.
Okay, yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean as well, the little arcade there.
Yeah.
Have you ever been on a boat in the Broads?
I haven't, no. But yeah, I know, I need to. Like this one over there is called the Yickety Yak. What's that all about?
I don't know. There's a lot. I mean, these aren't what I would say your ideal boat Broads. You've got options. As someone who's a seasoned Broads traveller, you can hire a day boat, which is fine on a summer's day. Maybe take a little picnic, Jodie out, go on a little picnic or something, go around, stop off somewhere, or go and park up a pub, a little drink or something. Because there don't seem to be strict laws about drinking and driving boats, it seems.
Yeah.
But you can sort of just have a little tour around it out, or you can do the boats that you sleep on, which are brilliant.
Really?
Because what I'd recommend is doing it during a Euros or a World Cup.
Okay.
Because then you just sort of go in the boat and you just potter around between pubs. It's like a pub crawl on the water, and just cruise along a bit, park up, watch some football, have a few drinks, carry on like this. I think it's glorious.
Do you find that the parking gets progressively harder the more pubs you've been to?
Never really found it as a problem. It depends how tight a gap you're going for, sort of thing. But it's good because there's a ferry in somewhere that has like literally has a boat. So you can park on the other side of the water, go get a ferry across. There's a little boat with his little boat.
Yeah.
Boat comes across and gets you. Have a few drinks. Then the night you go, I wish to go back to my boat.
What? And they just take you?
He takes you over the water.
So what is it like till any? Could you be in there till like 2 a.m. and you're like?
You could be there till last orders.
Really? And they'll just take you back?
Yeah. There's a little dude. You're only across the water, but you obviously can't get across the water. So it's like he's not taking you to the house. but he'll just bring you across there. It's good.
Norfolk is brilliant, isn't it? Like it's just so chilled. Like where we're sat right now, everyone's just going about their day.
Yeah.
Like, no one's really like they'd probably be. It's hard to say because like when you go to London, everyone keeps themselves to themselves, but it's like in a rude way. Whereas in Norfolk, it's kind of like, we'll say hello.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the point I'm trying to make there is, but
no, I get it. I saw a couple of guys fishing up there. Nice little chat with them earlier. Got here a bit early. Sort of went down, did a bit of wandering, chatting to locals and all that. Yeah, it's good. Do you know what I like as well when you get out of London? In London, I feel everyone is into the same sort of stuff, like the normal stuff like that. Whereas once you get out of London, people are into mental things. Do you know what I mean? Like there'll be a guy who's like really into paintball or something. Do you know what I mean? Or a guy who does, I don't know, like stock car racing or something like that.
Yeah, stock car racing's big here.
Yeah, it used to be big in the 80s where I was, and then I think it lost popularity. So I'm glad it's still got a stronghold here.
Yeah, Yarmouth loves it. Yarmouth, like stock car racing, it's like a big thing for some people.
Yeah.
Not me.
I might go along. Should we go?
Yeah, we could go. And they do a greyhound night. Have you been to the greyhounds at Yarmouth before?
Not a Yarmouth. I've been to other greyhound racing.
Yeah. What do you make of it?
It's all right. I quite enjoyed it. I'm not into gambling and all that sort of stuff in general. But I like that you can do, like certainly where I went before. I think where was it? I think it might have been Wimbledon Dogs, or possibly, or was it? Maybe it was Wandsworth sort of way. I can't remember exactly where it was. It's somewhere in London I went to, and like the top end hospitality is affordable for everyone.
Yeah, the same in Yarmouth.
So you can get like if you want to go in like the proper mega lounge or something like that, and you get like scampi and chips or something like that, and it's like about 15 quid or something like that. Yeah. Everything like that. It's you can live like a king there.
It's the same in Yarmouth. It's £15 or £17. It might be now. With a group on, it's 12.
Oh,
I think. But you get a hot dog, which is, and then you get to go in the box. Whereas I think it's like £2 to get in normally, because all the money's obviously made from gambling, isn't it? And I find it weird that people like study the form of greyhounds, because they're never right. Like you get people, there probably are people that make a living from it, but you get the people that go down there and they're like, oh, this one, really good form, and it comes like 5th. Because a dog is ultimately quite unpredictable. Yeah. Like even a pet dog, you can't be ever sure what it's going to do. Yeah. It's like, so expected to race efficiently. Yeah. It's mental.
I find it weird, like horse racing as well, because it seems to be the point where, like, the really upper class and the really sort of lower class will meet.
There's
in
no
like
in
circle.
between.
It's like I think everything's a circle, like because there's progressively posher people and progressively less posh people down the bottom, and then they come round and meet at horse racing.
Yeah. That's weird, isn't it? Also, maybe you could say the same for cricket. Oh, no, I'd say cricket's quite middle road, middle class. Oh, let's go for a few beers and watch the 2020.
Yeah, you into cricket?
When I used to gamble, I liked it more. I find that, like, obviously I love football, and I like American football, but like any other sport, I really found out when I stopped gambling, I liked the gambling, not the sport.
Yeah, I watch football, obviously. I will watch. I'm like a sort of very much a fair weather follower of almost every other sport. Yeah. Like I will, if the Ashes is on and I have whatever channel it's on and it's a good time, I will watch a bit of it. If someone's telling me it's exciting, I will watch Scotland in the Six Nations. I'm not family from Scotland. I watch a bit of, a little bit of that, or maybe a Rugby World Cup semi-finals onwards, something like that. But I'm not watching your day-to-day of all that. I will watch every week. I've recently got Eurosport to watch ski racing. Okay. So I'm quite into that.
Is there any good British ski racers?
I like downhill, and the answer to that is no. But
is it uphill?
No, so downhill is basic. So there's different things. There's like, you've got downhill and giant slalom and slalom. And basically downhill, you're all going through sort of gates and stuff. But slalom is more like intricate stuff. And we've got a great slalom guy called Dave Riding. He finished 5th the other day, which is an incredible position for him. But downhill is the one where they go as fast as humanly possible. That's what I like, sort of thing. I'm not into the technical side of things. I want a risk of a horrific crash.
On that, do you like F1?
No.
Exactly, and I saw everyone was getting so worked up over this thing. And the new season starts in 90 days. So, like, really, Hamilton's annoyed now, but he's going to win it next season anyway. And I find it very hard to get behind. And I'm not diminishing, because obviously what they do is amazing and they're really talented. But But I drive a car.
Yep. Yeah. And it's the fact that all the cars aren't equal I don't like.
Yeah,
it's like Formula E, I believe all the cars are the same, I think. Or similar enough to make it sort of a more even thing. Whereas there are cars that you just can't win in.
Yeah. It would be like driving a Mini Cooper against like a Lamborghini. Yeah. You're not really, what is the point?
Yeah, it does. And so, but I mean, during all that stuff, I do look on my Twitter timeline and I do secretly judge the people. Like people who are going about Formula 1, I go, I didn't think you'd like Formula 1. The same like this week with Spider-Man. I'm the same. I'm like, oh yeah, like Spider-Man.
Yeah, I find it hard to get behind the Marvel movies because they're like, oh, you need to know the whole timeline. But there's like 35 movies. Yeah. I'm not. Although to be fair, like if you want to watch a TV show now, they're like an hour long. So me and you spoke about Succession. Yeah. I love it. And I'm trying to say to people, you need to watch it. And if it's a bit slow at first, you'll get into it. But realistically, you got to watch 10 hours before anything really good happens.
Yeah. You sort of get a feeling that things are good. I remember, do you ever see a show Prison Break?
No, but I've been told it's good for one series.
Yeah, so I watched the first series, and it was when I was at Soccer AM, and watched the first series, and it was quite engaging. It wasn't the most sort of highbrow thing, but just quite a good bit of drama. Then they escape from the prison, and then they get like captured at the end, and they go they go to and they get in another prison.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Spoiler alert if you've not seen it, to be honest, it's been quite a while.
Spoiler alert after the spoiler.
Yeah. It's been a while if you've not seen it now. And this is a warning more than anything. And I thought, well, I'm not going to watch that anymore. And then I think it was either Tubes or Rocket. One of them at Soccer was going, "Are you watching the second series of Prison Break? It's brilliant." I go, "Is it?" And I can't. And they say, I thought, okay, I'll watch another series. And maybe I can't remember why. It was maybe in the first series they escape, but they're on the run or something like that, But then at the end of it, they're still in prison. Like at the end of the second series, they're in another prison or something. It got increasingly more like.
Yeah, same with, do you see Money Heist?
I've watched the first two episodes and I got a bit bored.
Well, series 1 and 2, it wasn't picked up by Netflix, so they did the heist and it was supposed to end, and then Netflix picked it up. Now they inexplicably are doing another heist to save someone.
Thank God, because I was still considering carrying on watching it, but I'm not.
It is really good, but to be fair, 3 of the 5 series are quite good.
Okay.
So that's not great, is it?
That's not good. I didn't know there's more than one series. I've just started watching a series of, I don't know what series it is.
What is your favourite show of all time?
The Wire.
Yeah, I need to watch it. Mine's Breaking Bad. And people say they're like on the same level.
Yeah, I preferred The Wire to Breaking Bad. I think I preferred Succession to Breaking Bad as well.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
You haven't seen series 3, have you?
No, not yet. Have you?
Yeah. It's just all I'll say is it ends just as good as series 2 ended.
Oh.
Which is like insane. Like
I was saying to you, I think the end of series 2 is the greatest episode of TV I've ever seen.
I would say this one is almost better.
I'm going to watch it. Basically, I don't have the channel. I don't have Sky One.
Yeah.
So I was going to wait till it all finished so then I could get like a month of Now TV and blitz the lot.
I was going to ask you, because obviously you were an ex-Sky employee.
Yeah.
I thought you might get like lifetime Sky.
No, we got free Sky at the time.
Yeah.
But then what was weird about that was you'd also get the other channels. Like you get Chelsea TV was part of it. So I get Chelsea TV and Man U TV, I think, with the two like on satellite club specific channels. But then afterwards, because I then quit Sky eventually when we moved or something like that, I can't remember why, got rid of Sky. But Chelsea TV would phone you up to try and get resubscribe you. Obviously they've got these scripts and all that, but if you don't know, they don't tell you who's phoning. They go, hey Robbie, how you doing? What do you think of Chelsea at the weekend? Some random bloke, because obviously he thinks like everyone who had Chelsea TV is a Chelsea fan, and starts going, what mate? And he goes, John Terry played well, didn't he? And there's like, no, obviously at the time, yeah, I guess so, mate. Yeah. So what are you talking about? Do you want Chelsea TV? I'm going, no, I don't. Definitely don't. And it was like a really weird. You get these really weird phone calls. Then you suddenly go, okay, that's why I'm getting a phone call.
So who do you support?
I grew up in Kent in the '80s, so Liverpool. Good at the time. And then I found out where Liverpool was, and I was like, oh, that's really inconvenient.
Yeah. Oh no. What am I supposed to do now?
Like I've enjoyed supporting Liverpool, but with my kids, because since we moved to Norwich, and my two boys started to get into football, I thought I'll take them to Norwich. Because it's easy. It's very convenient for me. Yeah. Very convenient. It's a nice club, I think, to support. You're a Leeds fan, aren't you?
I'm a Leeds fan, but like, I think growing up in Norfolk, I was bullied for supporting Leeds because we were rubbish.
Yeah.
But like, part of me now I'm older was like, obviously I'm never going to change my sport, and I love Leeds. But part of me is like, there's only I'd have supported Norwich because I'd have my local team there.
Yeah.
Whereas like Ellen Road I support it because of family, but I wouldn't change it. But like, it's so far.
Yeah.
Like my dream one day is like when I have a child, like daughter or son, take them to Ellen Road. Hopefully they fall in love with it as well. But yeah, it's a shame that I didn't support my local team in that sense, I guess.
Yeah, my wife's a Man City fan, and she was saying, "Oh, I've got to make sure they support City over Liverpool." And I'm like, I don't want them to support either. I'd rather support someone nearby that's more convenient for them so they can go. Because I know what an effort it was, like when I would persuade my parents to take me to Anfield. Yeah, it was like months of planning and a full day, really long journeys and all that sort of stuff. And great, but it's a lot easier now. Like I think I've taken the kids to like 6 games this season for Norwich.
Yeah, Carrow Road match day is great.
Yeah, it's a nice club, isn't it?
Yeah, like Norwich fans, they did offer me out earlier in the season.
Did they?
Because I went to Norwich against Leeds and sat in the home end, and at the end, one of my subscribers spotted me in the Leeds end because we were right next to the top of the Upper Barclay.
Right.
So like opposite the away end.
Yeah.
And like we just won, Leeds had, and they were singing March On together, and one of them spotted me and waved at me and did like the Leeds salute at me, and I did it back, and I looked down to the lower Barclay, and they're like, you, and I was like, you're not going to beat me up. We're in Norwich. No one gets beaten up in Norwich.
No, I know. No one's ever been beaten up in Norwich. Yeah, it's a nice club, and it's obviously like run as a sustaining thing.
Yeah.
It's not some mad money coming in and all that sort of stuff. I do like it. I do really like it as a club. What do you think of Norwich as a city?
Oh, it's great. Norwich is great. Like, it's just like I said to people before. Like, it's like in London, if you want to go to, I want to go to this place. Like, we have all the things London, or not all of the things London have, but a lot of it. Like, we've got a Five Guys.
Yep.
Like everything you like, franchise or whatever shop is probably in Norwich. We've got a Nike outlet. Not many places have them.
Apple Store.
Apple Store. Yeah, we are Genius Bar as well. Not just any Apple Store.
Yeah, exactly. We've got the lot. We've got like a mini sort of IKEA, but it's not a proper IKEA.
No, it's like BTEC IKEA.
Two things we could do with Costco,
Yeah.
Decathlon. Decathlon's good for ski wear, cheap ski wear. Besides that,
Pretty great. If Norwich could just get a Decathlon, would be. Well, what I have found with Norwich is, like, so when I was younger, you know, Castle Mall.
yep.
It was like thriving. Chapelfield didn't even exist when I was younger.
Yeah, I remember. I mean,
Yeah.
how old are you?
I'm 24. Don't look it though, but yeah, I am 24. But like Castle Mall was it was rammed, and now it's
Yeah.
like dead. It's like there's a virtual reality play.
Do you know what? I think it's on the up again.
You think?
I think what it's done is it's gone for that little bit at the end that's got all the entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, that section. That section's quite good. There's some good stuff there. And I think that hopefully will help
Rejuvenate
a bit, because I do feel for it a little bit. Very niche content.
It's a bit like when Leeds were in the Championship, we signed Pontus Jansson, and like he became, the club then built off him.
Yeah.
So maybe Castle Mall, maybe the battle axe throwing thing is their Pontus Jansson.
Yeah. I think it probably is. That's probably what the business plan said when they went to the bank for money.
Yeah. Well, you look at Pontus Jansson at Leeds.
Yeah,
we're
going to be the
this.
Pontus Jansson of Castle Mall. Yeah, love it. I really enjoy your videos.
Thank you very much.
I like them. I really like the storytelling aspect of it,
Yeah.
because I think quite a lot of YouTube is loads of fast cuts. And this is me showing my age. Loads of like that. But I like that you get on one of your away days things, for example, you get the full journey of it all. And I really like the pacing of them.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like it's like, I speak because obviously Alfie Inger from Happy Hour fame, he's like on part of the team, and like I'm really, because like with a lot of football vlogs, it's like you can tell people are just throwing them into a timeline to get them up as soon as the game ends, and that's fine obviously, because what people are really watching for ultimately is the game. But I want it to be like, I'd like to think like because I want to get into presenting, I'd like to think that people would look at my content and be like, there's clearly like a structure to it, and like I like that, and like this season they've done progressively better, so it's quite nice to see that they've gone down quite well.
Yeah. I think and the graphics are really well done and stuff like that as well. I thoroughly like it. Also enjoy Jodie's appearances on the channel. She's excellent on it.
Yeah, she's annoyingly like more talented than me. Like in every, like she's really good. For example, she's really good at singing, but she's never done like. But she's witty and she's funny.
Should say Jodie's your girlfriend, by the way.
Yeah, Jodie's my girlfriend. For my videos.
Yeah.
Outside she's
a paid actress.
Yeah, she's on-screen talent. But yeah, she is great, and like I think it's because she's starting a job in like a few months. So like, can't say what the job is, but it's one of them jobs where she's not allowed to be on social media. So it's like that could only be 4 potential jobs.
Wow.
She's becoming the Prime Minister. No,
wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. But no, I think she's really good, and the audience love her more than they like me. Yeah, for example, I did a video of her the other day, and the comments are like, "Jodie carries this channel." I'm like, "Yeah, that's great to read."
You go, yeah, this is good that you're watching it, but also offensive.
Yeah.
Offensive. What would you? You mentioned you want to do presenting. Would that be sort of your own end goal? Would it be sort of sports present, as in sort of Sky Sports type stuff, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I wouldn't say, because like, although obviously you were quite light-hearted, I don't think I'm serious enough. Like, I think James Alcott's a really good serious presenter.
Yeah.
So like you'd use him for most things. I think there's more niche roles I could do.
Yeah.
Because like, I like I don't know if you saw the shirt shopping thing I did. I did it with Charlie Cooper the other day. I liked how that flowed because it was more like I got to be me in it. And I feel like it would have to be a very specific thing for them to be like, we'll use Ellis for it.
Yeah.
But you never know.
What would be if you got given a unlimited budget for a video for your channel, is there something that you've always wanted, that you'd love to do, or something like that, or something that you... There's different ones, because like I want to buy a match-worn Messi shirt, and they're like 5 to 10 grand. Wow.
But I also want to... It's not really money. Like my dream is to work with England at some point, because obviously this season I've managed to work with the FA Cup, which is like amazing. But like long term, it'd be like, imagine working with England over a World Cup or something. Like how cool that would be. Yeah. But so like my dreams are more. They're not really YouTube based. Like I'd rather earn a bit less and like because like I work 9 till 5 still, even though we do YouTube. Like I wake up at 8 every day, work through 9 till 5. And obviously you have to work in the evening because of how YouTube is. But I like to be quite regimented. So like I'd like to work in an office, or that's my own, or like
as in an office, as in doing what you do now in an office, or as in at a TV show office type thing.
I don't know, because you've worked
or just in a bank.
Yeah, well, you've worked in TV, so I guess you can know. You've seen both sides of it, which I'm guessing you prefer this side of it more.
I do. I think I did soccer for 7 years, and I think. Time that I was doing, I think it was really good. And then when I finished doing that, because I was bored, after a while you get bored of anything, I was like, well, I don't really want to work in any other TV shows because I don't think they're as good. Yeah. like at the for what was around at the time, sort of thing. And I don't know, it's different. It's good that it's nice having that social side of things, and that you've got people to talk to, like Neil Smythe, who's like operations director for Hashtag now. You know Neil. We always chat there, and you do build up a bond. Like years later, you meet someone you might not have seen for a couple of years, and you do have that lovely sort of like shared experience of something. But then I like the flexibility. I like that you can just do what you want
I think you want. You're one of my favourite YouTubers in the sense like you with other creators, myself especially, like you can tell when a video. You don't put up content necessarily. Like the other day, your best video for a little while has been you eating a sausage roll. Yeah. Which is like you don't think about. You just put content up you want to put up. Like other people are like, oh, I need to do this. I need to hit this, and you're like, well, my videos will do well because of the characters in them, rather than like clickbait stuff. It's
quite a sort of conscious thing because I don't like. I'm sort of quite into sort of designing the lifestyle. After a while, certainly once I had kids, I was more like any sort of aspiration of I want to make this incredible thing. And I still want to make good things. I don't mean that I don't have any ambition or anything like that. But it was something like, I want to spend as much time with my kids and have as much fun with them while they're young. And I know I've got a limited time to do it, sort of thing. So I started my production company because it gave me the freedom to be at home a lot of the time and do that. And then the next stage is right. Okay, if you sort of you get sort of freedom from YouTube eventually. That if like I like the idea that one summer, if I wanted to, I could just go and make content in Barcelona or something. Spend a month there with the kids on the summer holidays. And I like the sort of freedom that you can sort of do whatever you want. And so by doing as much different stuff as possible, I think it gives you that freedom. It also means that people will come to me because I've done a good ski video, and then the next video I'm eating a sausage roll in Aylsham, and they're like, unsubscribe. So but
speaking of sausage rolls, I know you've tried. I've bought 2.
Oh wow!
And these are my favourite sausage rolls in Norfolk. They're from Alan's Butchers in Hemsby. They will be paying for the sponsorship.
I tell you what. If what comes from that video with Jack is that every time I go somewhere someone brings me sausage rolls, it will be the greatest piece of content I've ever have made.
Because
Wow.
Do you want to try these now or later?
Now.
Yeah, try them now.
Talk me through what makes a good sausage roll in your book.
You've got to have a lot of meat and like solid sausage meat. None of this like sometimes you get a sausage roll and you can tell it's like if you go to Morrison's, it's not fully sausage meat.
A bit rusky.
Yeah, a bit rusky. Whereas these are from a butcher's. These have gone down in price. I haven't tried these for a while. They were $1.20, now they're back down to £1.
Oh wow!
So
because you can pay like over £3 for a sausage roll.
Hello.
Hello. You can pay quite a bit of money for a sausage roll.
Yeah. Well, how much were the ones in Aylsham?
£3, but the one in the other one, which is also a very good sausage roll, £1.50.
So which one was actually the better tasting one? The £3 one?
The £3 one, yeah.
So factor that into this situation, and I'll let you choose which one you want.
I'll go for a lucky dip of sausage rolls. I don't want to. All right. So instantly, I'm liking the feel of it.
Yeah.
Quite a crunchy pastry.
Yeah. I mean, do you want the bag?
Should we do a thumbnail again? There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
You're the sausage roll man.
All my videos are just going to have sausage roll thumbnails in them now.
You might get a bit. They are quite crossy. Would you like to make a barrier with the bag?
No, I'm fine. Okay. I'm fine. Cheers.
Cheers.
That is excellent. Yep. Very good. Very good. Have another bite to fully. Okay. It's an excellent sausage roll. You're right. For me, being hypercritical, I find it a little salty.
Quite peppery this time.
Yeah, that was right. I find I like a bit more puff to the pastry.
Yeah. Okay.
It's peppery actually. You're right. There's a little peppery aftertaste to the sausage roll, isn't it? Getting the aromas in. I'd be very happy if I received this sausage roll. But I think if you go to Aylsham, you'll taste a better sausage roll.
You think? Because what I like to do is, and it's very weird, so you know the Flaming Hot Doritos? They're my favourite Doritos. I shove them in the gaps of this sausage roll.
Admire that.
Yeah, and then it almost becomes like a chili sausage.
Okay, I like that. You taste a lot of food when you go around to grounds. And I've heard you say in the past that a lot of the pie makers are the same amongst grounds. You sort of know. What clubs have particularly good food you've been to?
It's a good question. I'm quite passionate about this. So there's a Twitter account called Footy Scran. But a lot of the images it shows is food you get outside the ground.
Right.
So it's like, oh, you can get a full Yorkshire pudding of food at this club, but you can't because you actually can't get it in the ground. And for me, food for a club is what they serve in the stadium. Really good food, I'd say. Lowestoft Town, they used to do chili con carne with nachos and stuff.
Well, how's it served? Like in a bowl?
In like a little cardboard box.
Wow.
Really good. But I don't know if they do it anymore. That was great. Yeah, most of them, it's kind of like your run-of-the-mill stuff. And I think because Norwich do a good steak pie.
I think that's why my kids like going to football.
Yeah?
Because every time we get the steak pie and they eat it, and you get a little thing, and they will just basically take the top off the pie with the spoon and just go through it. And then I'll just basically put his head in it. And they get absolutely covered in stuff. And then at the end they have basically a pastry circle and they can eat a bit like a corner of the cob. Like a rotating circular corner of the cob.
So on a match day, have you been into Morrison's? Because at Carrow Road is good because you can actually take food in, and they're quite like they do. A lot of people taking the box meals you get from Morrison's into the game. Have you ever done that?
No, because of my kids' love for the pie and Bovril they like as well. Got them into Bovril. I remember going to Hampden because until relatively recently I used to go to most Scotland home games, qualifiers. No one goes to friendlies. But I don't anyway. I don't travel. I don't pay £100 to go to friendlies.
Yeah.
That way. But after the Olympics, I mentioned this before. But when they weren't allowed branding from in the Olympics, you're not allowed branding for things that aren't sponsors. So they have to have generic names. Like I went to the Horses Walking Sideways. And they called it Pimm's. They called Number One Cup instead of the brand name. When I was up at Hampden, on the Bovril, they stuck stickers over the logo on the cups.
Yeah.
So this is like shortly after the Olympics, and they had called hot meaty drink or hot beefy drink, one of those two. And that I was going, wow! Imagine if you came from abroad and go, what's this delicacy?
Hot meaty drink. I remember actually Scotland do something weird. Have you ever tried a macaroni pie? Had one of them at Motherwell. That was quite interesting. It was all right. I think the worst pie I've ever had was at Rangers.
Oh really?
That was shambles. Are you a Rangers fan? No, you're not. You're a Liverpool fan. Ignore me.
Yeah, my granddad was a Rangers fan, so I've been to Rangers a couple of times in my youth.
But the pie was horrendous. Sunderland's one at the weekend wasn't great either. It's one of them where at the time I ate it, and 45 minutes later I felt awful. Yeah, this is quite an inefficient thing for us to be doing while trying to have a conversation, isn't it? but they are good.
The key is for one person to talk until the other person is free of their mouthful. Or do you know what? We could just walk for a bit while we eat and then sit down again in a minute. Let's do that. What's this?
It's one of Norfolk's landmarks. It's the old horsey windmill. Just this there. It's lovely. And you can see that I got goosebumps. Can you feel the goosebumps?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. But like, there it is. But you're not showing it?
Well, no, I will. After I cut her out, I'll edit round it.
Oh, because I was like, I keep pointing to it thinking the camera's going to go.
No, it's not. But I'll cut to it. But okay, we can do that if you want.
No, I like this.
No, go on.
There's the old horse. No, look at that. You're going to leave all of that in, aren't you?
Yep. You gonna fall down?
Today, I feel like I do fall down now. It's a bit scripted, isn't it? But see, look at these. The grip on the. Oh!
That'd have been so sweet. What do you do to film with?
So I have like a normal Canon. I think it's like a Canon 70D maybe.
Yeah.
And then like in the grounds, I take like a G7X.
Okay.
Because like it's small, so like they don't, and they're really good for like the size of them. They just film it like you can't really notice the difference when I switch from one to the other.
No.
So.
Do you find? Are you ever self-conscious when you're filming at grounds?
I used to be a lot, and I think it's weird because like I was the first when I started doing vlogs in like 2014. So when I started, like I could actually say I was the first football vlogging channel.
Yeah.
And now there's loads. Like since then, obviously you see like there's more of a stigma against it. Like was when I started, and I think I've always been quite respectful of people because you get a lot of people who are like, oh, vloggers and whatever. I used to be at first. It was like, oh, this is really awkward. But I think because you get a bit of a name, like most games you go to now, people will be like, oh, it's Ellis. So it'll help people realise what I'm doing. But like, yeah.
And do you ever get any aggression or people not happy with you filming around them, sort of thing?
Sometimes, and I think that comes from the fact that now loads of people do vlogging. Some people maybe aren't as respectful as they should be. And I'll just go, okay, I'll move. Like we can swap seats if you want, if you don't want to be in the background. But you also get the opposite where people deliberately get in the shot every time.
Yeah.
We had that at the final of the Euros, like which is, I haven't watched that video back because I can't. But like there's this guy and his child at the back, like, and like people are like, oh, they clearly didn't want to be in camera. Like they literally, I had to cut them out of every shot because they were doing that all the time. It's like, what do you mean they didn't want to be in camera?
Well, there's a wind turbine.
Yeah, maybe that is what this became. That maybe.
It's like old and new. It's like showing progress. This, isn't it?
Yeah.
You sit by an old wind-based structure. Old Faithful here.
Yep.
It's something, isn't it?
It does feel like it would fall. Just do that and the whole thing collapses.
I just have to walk away to get in trouble.
Was that you? No.
No. What's your favourite ground to go to when you're doing your things?
It's a good point. Wembley, obviously, but I feel like Wembley's a bit of an obvious one.
Yeah.
I think as I attach it to, the Euros were so good. Like, did you go to any of the games? Although, because you're Scotland, aren't you?
I'm a Scotland fan. Yeah. So no, I didn't go to any of them. I was also a bit worried about COVID at the time as well.
Yeah.
And again now.
Yeah. It's just like...
But so I was like, I don't really want to go to a stadium. But I didn't go to any. But yeah, Wembley is an incredible ground.
I like even though it's not where we won the World Cup and everything, the history, it just feels historic, even though it's quite new. I think it's quite impressive, and I feel like, I don't know, it's just every big moment in football happens there.
Yeah.
Like the playoff finals, I love, like from the National League upwards. I don't know, there's grounds which people are like, it's amazing. And for example, obviously you're a Liverpool fan, and I got a lot of stick for this the other day because I went in Anfield, and I didn't think it was great. Like the You'll Never Walk Alone didn't hit me particularly, and I really wanted it to.
What was it? Was it a European one, or was it?
But you'd already won the group.
That's it. I think it, for me, from the times of God, it does depend massively on the game how much you get. Into it.
My response to that would be, I've been to clubs where Like, for example, when Leeds were in League One, marching on together was still really good.
Yeah.
But I guess because you got so many tourists as well at Liverpool, I guess. Like, they were all there, and the tourists they were probably all tourist fans were there, so it wasn't the same.
Maybe,
so I don't know. It's hard to say.
You collect shirts.
I do collect shirts.
I meant to bring along to show you a unique shirt that I've got.
Okay.
Which is a match-worn shirt.
Match-worn?
By the first goalkeeper to win a trophy at the new Wembley Stadium. Me. We had our soccer game.
Really?
Yeah. And it's still got the mud on it from Wembley for the first game. So basically, what we learned, we got to play there. We're at Soccer AM, and it turns out when you open a stadium, you can't just open a stadium and have the FA Cup final. You have to do what they call ramp-up events, where you do different things. And the first time they opened it to the public was they gave 20,000 tickets away to like local people, and we had to play like a 3-way tournament at Wembley.
So you were the first ever game on Wembley, or one of the first?
There were 3 teams, and we played like a round-robin tournament. We didn't play in the first game because we were doing soccer and we had to come after that, so we asked not to be in the first game.
Yeah.
We played, we won the little tournament, our soccer team. So I'm the first goalkeeper to win a trophy. And that year, I was so annoying. When the FA Cup final was on, I'm in the pub going, thing is, unless you've been out on that pitch, you can't really understand what's going through Petr heads and all that sort of stuff.
The pitch is so wide.
Yeah, and all that sort of stuff.
I'm so envious though, like even with YouTube, like people like Spencer did the Wembley Cup, like I'm so jealous of you got to play on Wembley. That's insane.
Yeah.
I just find I'm really bitter about it, just in general.
Yeah.
You're lucky.
I need to get my shirt framed, I think.
You do. But some framing companies, they take the mick. Like I'm looking into getting a few shirts framed. It's like £100. Like just buy a frame, and just put a shirt in it.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think I'd mess it up. I like someone to just do it properly to make it look nice. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Would you have a photo of the day as well?
I've got a photo of the day. I don't know if I'd use that or if I'd just made a little plaque saying what it was or something.
I love you being in the pub telling people you just don't know what's going through Petr.
You don't know. You just can't
tell.
Unless you've been one of those people out there. What's your favourite shirt you own?
Oh, I've got a match-worn Noel Gallagher shirt.
Oh, have you? Oh, yes, I saw this. Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really weird. But I've got match-worn Calvin Phillips probably as well because Leeds fan. The same season he went to start in the final of the Euros. Yeah. Made the most minutes for England in the Euros as well. It's pretty crazy.
Is he going to stay?
No. That's the thing with being a Leeds fan. Like, he's not going to stay. Rafinha won't stay.
Yeah.
So we're just almost like a feeder club.
It's beautiful here, isn't it?
Yeah. It feels like if you were in a movie, it'd be a good point to kill someone. You know what I mean? Like you'd be like, then.
Yep. Do you do much walking?
Do you do much killing?
Do you much murder? Are you into murder? It's so hard to find someone else with similar interests.
Jodie's really into murder.
Is she?
Like
she looks the type.
Yeah, but she's like, she's really and I like. The other day, right, she wanted to watch this thing about this woman in Australia who was abducted, stabbed several times, disemboweled, and she survived. And that's really interesting, isn't it? But I don't want to watch it.
No.
I sort of got the story there. You've told me. I don't need to watch and see reenactments of that happening.
No.
But she wanted to watch it.
Some people love murder, don't they?
Yeah. That's also a bit of a red flag.
Yeah, but like those true crime podcasts are huge.
Yeah, so something that's not to throw shade at any YouTubers, but something that I find really funny about YouTube is like there'll be a true crime thumbnail where a family's dead, and there'll be a girl in front of it with like a full face of makeup posing like. I'm like, but you're posing in front of a dead family. That does not correlate well, if you know what I mean.
I love the little subgenres of YouTube stuff. As I say, I've been desperately trying to go to skiing because I love doing it. And my favourite subgenre is, because I've been watching every travel ski vlog ever. And the standard, anything I'll watch. any sort, I watch anything. My favourite thing is girl travel vloggers bored or embarrassed boyfriends. Yeah. And it's these girls going, hey, we're in this house, what do you think of this, Matt? And Matt's just desperate for the blokes at Howden's not to take the piss out of him on Monday. And he's like, yeah, fine. Like that, because he doesn't want to annoy his girlfriend. Yeah. But equally, he doesn't want to comment on the interior decor of the chalet.
Same thing as with me and Jodie. We've had a book trip to Orlando for ages, and COVID's pushed it back and has pushed it back. And it's really hard to find a Disney vlog that isn't someone who's obsessed with Disney.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, it's Mickey, and then like get really emotional over it, and that makes me feel a bit cringed out.
Yeah.
I just want to go and ride the roller coasters and whatever. Yeah. Like I like that. I do like going to we went to Disneyland Paris and loved it. But there's some where like the girl is like, oh my god, it's Mickey, and the boyfriend's there like, Yeah, because you know he's going to
doesn't
get
care?
ripped to piss at work on Monday, like going, "Oh, what are you doing with Mickey Mouse, you mentalist?"
Yeah, I get really disappointed when I start watching one of these vlogs and the bloke's participating in it. I'm like, oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
He's comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I much prefer the ones where he's livid, but also his girlfriend's quite hot, so he doesn't want to annoy her.
Yeah.
So she's got this sort of slight thing. Yeah.
We kind of have like the polar opposite on my channel because Jodie clearly is not into football, and I kind of take her and she's the begrudging
Yeah.
one. It's quite a weird power
I
dynamic.
do like it when she's like watching it was the one at Sunderland the other day, Plymouth Sunderland, wasn't it? Something like that, and she's looking properly livid that you dragged her up there.
It is mental that she came with me 4.5 hours
Yeah.
to do that. It's weird, isn't it? Like, obviously,
It's
like,
nice.
I appreciate it, but I wouldn't do it.
No.
If Jodie went to me, let's go up here and watch a true crime thing, I can't.
No.
That's probably
I'm
more
busy.
a besmirch on me.
Almost certainly, not probably.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Well, look, this has been an absolutely delightful stroll out the countryside. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. We've got to look at a windmill. We've got to walk by the Broads.
Yeah, well, it's
done
annoying that
loads.
people in Canberra didn't see how we were robbed of looking behind
Yeah.
the scenes of a windmill.
Man came over, 3 men who work here on the Broads. They let us have a look inside, and one of them saying, "Do you want to take it up to the top of the windmill?" We're like, "Yeah." And then there's one guy went, "No, I haven't got time."
And like, what are they doing that means they don't have time? Because let's be honest, today is a Friday and it's midday, so they've not got much to do if they're here.
Did they go to the pub?
Yeah, we haven't got time. First orders as soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair
Actually,
enough.
yeah.
Can't argue that. Brilliant. Let's back to the cars then.
Yeah, let's head back. Yeah.
Ellis, I've had an absolutely fantastic time. Thank you so much for coming out walking with me and showing me your area of Norfolk.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you. This is my stomping ground.
Yeah, I like to think this is not the last time we're going to hang out in Norfolk, possibly by the rivers, because I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you for bringing a sausage roll. That was great.
No worries.
And yeah, back with another video very shortly on the channel, probably if I can be bothered. And anything you want to plug while you're here?
No, just thanks for having me on. You know how to find me. That's it.
Internet, you can work the internet. Look him up. I'll put links down below. Okay, bye. Just going to move this round slowly. It's artistic. And hold for 5 seconds for the little boards. And end.